Hey guys, it's Joe. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the dumbbell tricep kickback and why it's a pretty ineffective move to train your triceps. Now, the reason people do the dumbbell tricep kickback, the rationale behind it, is to train the triceps in their fully shortened position. And the fully shortened position for a tricep is with the arm, the elbow fully extended, and then the shoulder slightly extended behind you. And that's really good logic. We should train the triceps through their fully shortened position, but doing it through the dumbbell tricep kickback is not the most effective way to do it. And the reason for that being is that when my tricep is fully lengthened, here, it's sort of strong. As it's in the mid-range position, it's at its strongest. And when it's fully shortened, that's when it's at its weakest. And even just holding this position here is hard, not using any resistance, not using any weight at all. And when you see someone do a dumbbell tricep kickback, you see here on my triceps in the fully lengthened position, there's actually no tension going through my triceps right now because that line of force is going straight down. As I come to the middle, this is somewhat effective. You know, there's resistance on my triceps and my triceps are pretty strong here. But the biggest mismatch is at the top. And at the top, that's where my triceps are the weakest because it's fully short. And that's where the weight and the challenge of the exercise is actually the hardest because the distance from the dumbbell to my elbow, which is the joint managing all the torque, managing all the tension, is the biggest. So where we're the weakest, the exercise is the hardest. And what this leads to is it's a big mismatch between what the exercise requires of us and what our muscle is actually capable of doing. And what you see because of this is people doing dumbbell tricep kickbacks, and they either have to use a really light weight in order to get to the top, or they probably go too heavy, and this is probably most guys. They use a weight that's so heavy that the only way they can get to the fully shortened position is to swing it. And even if they do get there, they don't spend much time there, they don't really own the position. And if you're not really contracting the muscle in the fully shortened position on the kickback, there's basically no point of doing the kickback because there's way more effective exercises to train to the lengthened and the mid-range of the exercise anyway. So a good substitution to change the dumbbell tricep kickback is to simply, you can do the same movement by just using something like a cable. So if you're imagining myself here, instead of I've got the dumbbell, my hand is holding a cable, and that cable is pulling me this way. So right from the start, my tricep has tension on it. As I get to the middle, there's still a lot of tension, and as I get to the top, that weight is actually going to get a bit easier because the distance between my elbow and the line of the cable is actually going to be shorter. So it's going to be here, challenging, challenging, challenging. Where I'm weak, I need a bit of help. We actually get a bit less of a challenge from the cable. Now what that leads to is you're less likely to cheat, you're more likely to have good form, and you're going to get far better results a lot faster with less reps and sets. Because basically, instead of only challenging the tricep in the middle of the range, you're challenging it in the lengthened position, throughout the middle, and through the fully shortened position. And for that reason, it's far more effective. You're going to grow stronger, more defined triceps in far less time. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Drop a comment down below. What are your favorite tricep exercises and what videos you'd like to see in the future?